Yo, this is Banks,
Hey, this is Omega.
and you're watching the Love and Respect Show.
That's right.
All right.
On this show, we don't know how long this is going to go for, but by the end of this entire episode, we should determine whether or not men want respect or love, or is the other way around, which is women.
Well, and it's going to be a very long podcast. Not this episode, I mean. It's going to be a very long podcast, years upon years of content. All right. And we're going to also try to bring guests on board. That is you, especially the females. And later on, when we are cool with the female controversy, we bring on males to come and face them. You understand? And give their point of view. So stay tuned, and we're going to try to bring interesting topics week in, week out. I hope you enjoy.
Welcome to the Love and Respect Show.
Yeah, man.
A girl that's just going to be naked all the time and put herself out there available for every man to see. You know, that I don't have to be a man to know that that's not what men want, right? If you think that that's freedom, the idea that you have to wear less and the idea that you have to get naked to be heard, you really think that's a form of freedom? Because that's slavery, that's bondage. I didn't have to take off my clothes to be heard in society. And these women will realize that when you follow these people that are, you know, self-imposed feminists, I'm a feminist, I do this, I'm a feminist, you hear that word over and over and over again, you'll find that the majority of them are miserable. Look at their lives and ask yourself a question. Do you think they are happy? Do you feel good when you do what they do, right? When you're constantly looking for a dopamine hit from social media because you took your clothes off and you want somebody in your comments, you know, a thirst trap with your ass out, right? And you want someone in your comments going, oh, you slay, bae, you slayed the day, bae.
Well, so we're going to react to stuff like this. All right. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting when a woman, okay, understands a man's point of view. On this show, we want to give the man's perspective, but this particular video is a woman giving our perspective. And for me, I agree totally with what she's saying.
Of course. I mean, the thing is that she's not a spokesperson for every woman. Candace Owens is a conservative woman, and she speaks for the conservative side of things. So definitely there will be a liberal woman who is more, who has a different opinion than her.
Okay.
That would present. So
as men, what's your take? As men, do you agree with her point?
Yeah, I think yes. A woman should be properly dressed. She should be covered, not dress less. I mean, don't wear less, you know. But
what about my body, my choice, and you know, I can do what I want and all these things? What's wrong with that?
I mean, there is nothing wrong with that, because my thing is we would have to respect individual choices. And so if one individual elects to have a different taste in fashion, that is her. I think that she would attract the kind of men that are open to that type of fashion. But I think that it should be looked at in a broader aspect of society, whether it's the way society wants to look at women.
Okay.
You know, I think when the discussion goes there, then everybody has an opinion about it.
So my view about this is you are free to do anything you want to do as a woman or even as a man. But then at the end of the day, don't cry when you draw in certain things into your life. You understand? So let's go for the short marriage. Okay. Some people say, oh, they're not thinking about marriage. Maybe,
Right.
yeah, of course. You are 17, 18, 19, 20, 10, you know, 21. You're not thinking about marriage at that time.
Right.
So these things, you would see it as, oh, come on, what's all this for? What's that? But people are paying attention and you might not know. You are putting these things on Instagram. You are putting it on Snap. You are sharing these videos. You are broadcasting them on Facebook and all these things. And the internet never forgets. You understand? So when you get into that position where you feel like, oh, I've had my fun. Now I want a serious guy to settle with. I'm looking for this blue collar guy or this corporate guy, this business guy. I think I want to settle with him. And he is not ready to look at you in that serious light. You shouldn't blame anybody. I think that is where we should draw the line. You can live your life however you want, but then when the consequences also come, you have to accept it. And don't be crying when you're 35 without anybody knocking on your door.
I don't think at 35 she's still gonna be dressing like a 17 or 19-year-old, like a teenager.
But it's going to haunt you.
It's going to be in her past. I mean, the thing though is, look, there are so many women that would have so many other role models in society that are married that they can point to and be like, hey, look at this one. They dress like a whore, but they are married. Example, what's his name?
Example?
Yeah, Kanye West and his current wife. I mean, she literally just walks around, not literally, but you know what I mean, naked. And she's married to one of the most successful and richest entertainers on the planet. So,
is that current wife?
Yeah, something sensory. She's kind of hot.
Okay.
Yeah, she's showing ass, skin all over the place, titties. You know what I'm saying? So there is that also speaks to them. But the other aspect is men, when women dress less and they are showing skin and body, we have to understand what is going on here. They are looking to, they are advertising to men, right? You know what I mean? Come on.
Oh, well, some of them argue with that. It's not about you. It's about them. They're not doing it for you.
I mean, the truth is, they are looking for social.
Leave the comments down there. As a woman, what are you doing it for? Is it for us?
They like to be
for yourself.
They like to be the center of attention. So it is to court attention, to have people look, men particularly look at them in a desirable fashion, right? So they like to be desired, even though they don't want you in particular to be the one to have them. But they are, showing off. And there's also the aspect where women would dress to show their edgy side to other women, like, hey, I am a better competition, or you are not my competition because I'm ahead. You know what I'm saying? So there is that aspect too. But the long and short of it all is they want attention, and usually the attention from the male side is what they are trying to court.
Okay.
So I think if they get enough attention, you're satisfied with the attention that they have, they will probably, I don't know, switch over, especially when they get older in their 30s and they're now looking for, like you said, a serious man. Then they will start dressing to put that sentiment out.
But even before we move on, I have another video I want to talk about, but you just drew my attention to something. So can we, because in our society, those indecent or revealing clothing comes with that tag of a bad bitch. You are a whore. You are this. You are that. Okay, some girls, or even I know some girls that could dress that way, but you can never touch them. You understand? You are not going to get any access to them because they are dressed that way.
Absolutely.
So, is it that, okay, feel free, dress that way, but be a good girl? Or you are dressed that way, so you are totally a bad girl. You are not a wife material just because you dress that way.
The line between the two is blurred, right? Because you can literally go to any university campus in this country, and the lady students there, the girls that you see there, some of them I could say are even dressed worse than the night ladies. And we see them around. So it's just, I mean, I think fashion has gotten to the point where it's pretty much show what you got. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have it,
so do I tag you as a bad girl if you are showing what you got? Or are you a good girl if you are all covered? Because it's tricky.
I'm saying that's why I said that
What's your
lines have been blurred.
let's get personal here. What's going to be your personal choice? Would you want?
I think I will evaluate the kind of personality that you give off, the kind of energy that you give off. So I will not conclusively like judge you based on your clothing. But I would like to have a feel of your personality first before I'm able to have some reasonable determination of, what kind of a woman.
But you would want her covered in a certain way.
If I want to date you, of course, because if I'm dating you, I don't want you to continuously advertise. Because if I'm going to date you, I'm going to just ask you to cover up something.
So, as I said from the beginning, the key of this show is to let you know men's view. All right? You are free to do what you want. But there are certain things that maybe where you're coming from, you've not had male models or fathers or brothers to tell you certain things. That's why I think this podcast is very important, just for us to share our male perspective. Okay? We are not judging. We are not trying to cast any insinuations on anybody. We're just trying to give you our perspective. So you just heard what he said. He would like to know more. He would like to get to know the character and all that. But would you want her half naked? No. I wouldn't want to date her. You see? So honestly,
that's my personal preference.
Good.
I tell you, but look.
But what kind of guys are you going to attract? Some girls will argue, oh, some guys want this, they want that. If I wear this, I get attention from this kind of. What kind of guys are you attracting?
That is what I was going to say. There are actual guys out there that like that kind of thing, because they like for their girl to show off so that the other guys will see the kind of bad bitch that he's with. So yeah, show them.
Okay. What kind of guy is that? So if you want a corporate guy, a church guy, then you should know possibly, let's say 80% of those guys won't love to walk around with a girl half naked. They might love it in their room.
We like to watch.
Yes, or watch, or go to the pool with that girl, something like that. But not, let's go to a house party, my friend's house party, and my girl is in shorts, very short one with a bra, those kind of things. A corporate guy might not want that. Maybe an entertainer, cool. So if that is the kind of person you're going for, that's fine. So know what you want and act appropriately.
I think, look, I think in this context, we're going to say there are two kinds of women, there are two kinds of ladies. The fun girl and the serious girl. So the corporate people that you are referencing in this scenario, not wanting those type of women that dress less. Look, every man that I know would like to have a girl that they can have fun with. So I think that is also, I think the energy, what you're trying to say is when you're dressed in that kind of fashion, that is the energy that you're giving off. Sure. That, hey, I'm just out here for fun. So I'll be the trophy. I'll be the show off girl that you have, and we could go out there and have the fun, all the fun that we want. Because if I'm a corporate guy and I look at her, of course I'm gonna make moves on her, because this is telling me that she's probably gonna be fun. And I'm curious. I want to explore that.
I've been bored in the office for a whole year.
What I'm saying?
Let me cool off with this girl.
Right. So they are. So the point is, if you want self-respect and if you want to be valued as a wholesome female, then you would not want people to have the perception of you as a fun girl, because then after the fun, you no longer hold any value to them. So you might be getting the attention, the rides, the free lunch, the travels, and all that, but you would have to make some type of impression on the person like that to want to wife you. But again, there are some men who don't care. As long as they have you,
exactly,
it's all that matters to them.
So do you want to just cater to just the 10% of men who might not care, or go into the big sea and make sure you get settled quick? What do you want? Do you want to struggle, or just Charlie, do what you have to do and carry yourself in a certain way and be true to yourself. I mean, I'm not asking you to go pretend. You understand? If you are really comfortable with showing your ass, showing your boobs, and I mean, just being that way and you're comfortable, maybe.
The point is,
anything goes.
If you have the goods, what good is it if you can't show it?
Okay, yo. All right. So let's go for the second video.
I think without them realizing, I think the real thing that they find attractive in women is a woman who is incredibly nurturing. I think no matter how self-sufficient and how masculine a man is, but when a woman takes care or predicts his needs before he says it, he can't help but melt. So if she knows he might be hungry and there's something ready, if she knows that he might be tired, there's a coffee ready, if she knows that he's got work in the morning, he's going to be in a rush, there's a shirt ironed, these kind of nurturing acts makes a man feel loved. And I don't think they realize it because they're so conditioned to not expect that from women anymore and see that as oppressive and see that as toxic. They're just like, oh no, don't even expect that. But when they receive it, they act like babies, like just received an opened present. And I think they don't realize that that is actually their universal love language.
Okay. So just to interject or whatever it is, just to add up to where we left off. This video is telling us about what women do to get to men. All right. So
It's the food, baby. Food.
So she said nurturing. Men are looking out for a nurturing woman. I think it's true. What do you think?
Of course. I mean, it's an old truth. It's an ancient truth.
So in her nurturing examples, she was mentioning stuff like we have to think about what he's going to eat, what he's going to wear, all these things. You just know your man and you can just read him. Oh, he's coming home, or he's been sitting down for a while. Maybe he needs company. Let me just go sit by him, not even bother him with any conversation. Just be present. If he wants to talk, all right, let's talk. If he doesn't, just keep quiet. That's another big thing. Like, girls feel like they need to talk all the time. It's really something that men don't really like, because sometimes there's a lot going on. All we want is, Charlie, some peace. Let me just be here, watch football. I don't watch football, but I'm just saying as the general thing. Men like to watch football, play games, do stuff like that. And sometimes they really need those things. And you can also be part of these things. You don't need to always run from your guy when he's in a football mood or he's in a video game mood and all these things. You can just maybe go to the kitchen, grab him some snack, get some drink, or even just whatever. If he loves some foot massage whilst he's playing the game, you're giving him some foot massage, some things like that. These are nurturing things that if you do them, men automatically melt for you. We are trying to give you game here. Okay, don't argue in the comment section. I know people
Argue in the comment section.
automatically. What about us? I see that all the time. Like, okay, what about us? So if I do that for him, what's it gonna do? Relax. We are talking about men today. Okay, we're gonna go into women in another episode. Okay, so I'm just trying to share my experience or my thoughts process, what I would love to have in a woman, to you, so you can know. Because as I said, a lot of people don't have male models. They don't have, role models. They don't have even brothers to talk to. So we are your brothers, all right? Talk to us, ask the questions, and we will give you our view. If you like it, cool. If you don't like it, that's up to you. So nurturing woman is something that men are looking for. We want that woman who thinks, who looks at us and say, oh, this guy is coming from work. It's a Friday. I think he'll be tired. Let me just get him some drink, some chill drink, get him some small dinner, some candlelight, something simple. You don't have to do too much. My guy, what do you think?
I agree to a certain
At a certain extent,
right. The thing here is,
what do you disagree with?
No, hold on. I think that what Bank here is trying to okay, we are talking about the wife type woman, right?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So, and even in that aspect, we have to clarify that there are some traditional women that will play that kind of role, because I, for example, can see how there will be conflict in a household where the woman works too, right? Because if the man has the luxury, or the woman has the luxury the man has the luxury to have that kind of expectation from a woman that is, let's say, that has self-elected to be a housewife. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because here's a scenario: if the man is out there trying to conquer the world, doing all the stuff, and he comes home, that is his only place. That his only place of peace. It's like a sanctuary, right? So he needs to be catered to. He needs to feel peace and safe there, right?
Yeah, sure.
Now, the theory here is that the woman has had all the time in the day to do all the important things that she could do at home while the man is away. So when the man comes back home, she should have enough time to be able to cater to that type of needs that brings him comfort and peace, right? But I'm sure you see the conflict too in a situation where the household setting is different. When the woman also does, goes to work 9 to 5, and the man goes 9 to 5, and they both come home. They both needs to unwind,
Sure.
right? So the dependency becomes. I think that they can have a.
You know what I'm gonna do? This another crazy topic. So I don't want to stretch this. We're gonna go into this in our next episode. All right.
in more detail.
Yeah. We have to talk about
Yes.
the family setup. All right.
Exactly.
How some of our dreams are not realistic or practical.
Just because of modernity, just because of the modern state of
Good.
affairs.
So we're going to discuss these
Because
things.
Because again,
Because some of these things our parents did it.
yeah.
Okay, so that's where the modernity comes in. So we need to discuss these things. What do we actually want?
What will be
and
the best
what
fit?
And what can we even afford? Because it's not just best fit. Yes, I want a housewife. Can you afford it? So that will be next week, all right, or our next episode.
Matters way less than you thought it would.
Anybody who gets on your nerve, no one is truly able to take up the space in your mind or have that much power.
And how did you adapt this attitude in life?
I just simply told them a poem. No one is exactly like you. From the beginning of time, we're all created different. That's why you're one of a kind. I've had my ups and downs just like everyone else. Through all the trials and tribulations, I had to learn to love myself. I'm a better person now. I see from a different view. You have to teach people how to treat you. It's only a matter of time, so know that you've been told. No one gets younger. You hope to get old. You try to make plans to make everything fit. No matter how you think, you have nothing to do with it. Yesterday was the past, today just forgotten. Tomorrow's a mystery, and not promised to anyone. You'll always have memories regardless your status or wealth. It's an amazing feeling when you learn to love yourself.